Okay, I wanted to explain a little bit about how your grade gets calculated. Um, so what happens is, you're used to your list now, and when you practice a skill, it moves up to mastery and everything. Well, when you do that, these are the different levels of mastery on Khan Academy. There's the needs practice, and so if your skill is down here, you're either at needs practice or struggling on a skill. And once you know get practice it, right, it moves up to this list, and you're on usually on practiced one. That means you've got 1 point on the skill. um, if you get it right on a mastery challenge, it goes to level 1 mastery, which is worth 2 points in the class. This is a little counterintuitive because level 1's worth 2 points. Level 2, if you get it right again, it's worth 3 points in the class. And if you get it right a third time on a mastery challenge, it's worth 4 points. Now, if your level of mastery can go down too. So if you're at level 1 currently, you get this on a mastery challenge and get it wrong, it'll go back down to 1 point. Okay. That doesn't mean that's the end of the story for it. You'll get it again on a mastery, and if you get it right, it goes back up to 2. If you don't, it'll go back down to needs practice. So that's how mastery works. And I've assigned each of the mastery states a value: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for all the skills in the class, you're going to have one of those 5 values associated with it. Okay. So let me show you what the grade book looks like for the class. So this is what the grade book looks like. You've got, let's see, this is each row is a student. So student 1 has, these might not be your skills, but these are the different skills for this week for some class. And you've got, this student's got a 4. That's totally mastered the first skill, totally mastered the second skill, totally mastered the third skill, totally mastered the fourth skill, totally mastered the fifth skill. The sixth skill, they're at a 2 on, right? That skill's still on the mastery challenges. They've practiced it and they've got it right once on the mastery challenge, but it's still at a 2. Okay. That means their overall average, if I add these all up and I divide by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've got a 3.7 average. So on average, they have a 3.7 on each of their skills. Okay. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you is I'm not like, for example, this person, they've mastered the first 2 but haven't practiced any of the last 4. So they've got an average of 1.3 now. Now, if there's 4 points total and this person has around a 1, that's like 25%. So, and I'll show you that here. Like if your raw average is a 1, you've got 25% in the class. 2 out of 4 is 50%. 3 out of 4 is 75%. And 4 out of 4, of course, is 100%. That seemed like a little steep to me. If you've practiced all your skills, you should have a little bit more than a 25 in the class. So I curve the scores up, and this is how I curve the scores up. So if you have an average of 1 on all your skills, you'll have a 55 on your con score. If you have an average of 2, that'll put you at a 70. Okay. If you have an average of 3, you'll be at an 80. And of course, if you have 4, you're at 100%. Okay. So, like if you've got a 1.7 or whatever, you're somewhere between a 55 and a 70, closer to 70. So that's how your kind of raw percentage score gets converted into a curve score to be more realistic or not as extreme as like having everybody that's practiced everything get a 25%. Okay. So I hope that starts to demystify how the grades for the week work. So yeah, if there are any questions, let me know, and I will be glad to answer them.